That's part of why we are discussing this river state. It's like there's absence of common sense on the corridors of power. I think because there are just too many sycophants in Nigeria. The Kanu situation didn't need to last one day longer than the day Buhari left. Kanu was Buhari's personal prisoner because those people, the Buharis of this world, believe that Nigeria is a real estate that must be held together, it must be united. But you would think that people who claim they have broad minds about what Nigeria is, the diversity of Nigeria, the crisis. Is the first person they would have done. The first person they would have let go is Nnamdi Kanu, because didn't we let go Sunday Igboho? Are we not? Have we burned down Yoruba land? Before Buhari left, I was one of the people fighting for Ezaki. The argument by those who were opposed to his release was that if he comes, he will burn down Kaduna. Ezaki has been out of jail now for how long? He doesn't even have time for Nigeria. He has become an international ambassador for Nigeria. He goes to Lebanon, Iran. I've seen him in Iraq. He has not had time to even rebuild his area base. That shows to you that what of some of the fear mongering that happens on the corridors of power is driven by unreasonableness, and that is why I just want to say, look, eventually they are going to resolve the issue politically, because the political issue is a self-determination matter. There's no court of law that can resolve Kanu's matter. Even if he's found guilty by their own standards, it's still going to be he's a political prisoner forever.
Some people have also said that there are also some political interests, even from his region, who do not want him to be free.
We know that, because I was earlier in, I think, 2023, I was part of some conversation to release him. And what came straight was from Imo State, that he can't be released before the election in Imo State, that he will affect them. And after that, everybody kept coming and said, don't release him, and here we are.
All right, we have to go.
My people, today's gist is on fire. I mean, the kind of story that shakes not just social media, but the courtroom too. This one is about Nnamdi Kanu, the chief judge, the prosecution lawyers, and Sowore. And trust me, this one has drama, tension, and revelations that sound like something straight out of a political thriller. So make sure you stay with me till the end, because what you're about to hear will keep you thinking. And please, as you're listening, don't forget to like this video, share it, and subscribe if you haven't yet. That's how you keep getting fresh updates like this one. Now let's dive right into it. No time to waste. The talk everywhere now is that Omoyele Sowore, the activist and human rights advocate, has reportedly leaked some secrets that have shaken the courtroom handling Nnamdi Kanu's case. According to the gist making rounds, those secrets have caused serious panic, not just within the legal team handling the prosecution, but also within the office of the chief judge involved in the matter. What exactly did Sowore say? From what we've gathered, he hinted that some deep things have been happening behind the scenes. Things that could explain why Nnamdi Kanu's case has dragged for so long, and why certain decisions seem to move in circles. Now, you know Sowore. He doesn't talk small when he talks. He claimed that he has access to inside information that shows that there have been questionable moves, possible influence, and perhaps even manipulation in the judicial process. Immediately that dropped. The atmosphere changed. Many people in the legal community started watching quietly. Some of the prosecution lawyers reportedly became uneasy, and there's talk that even the chief judge's camp is not entirely calm about the new buzz. You know, that kind of situation where someone drops a truth bomb and everyone starts acting like nothing happened. But deep down, everyone is shaken. That's exactly how this is playing out now. Before I go deeper, because this story gets even more interesting. Let me quickly remind you, if you're just joining or watching now, please hit that like button and subscribe so you don't miss any new updates. These are real-time stories, and I'll keep bringing them to you as they unfold. Now, let's continue. Sowore's claim came at a very delicate time. The court is already under pressure. Many Nigerians, both at home and abroad, have been calling for fairness and transparency in Kanu's case. Some say the case has become more political than legal, and others believe it's about national security and unity. So, when someone like Sowore comes out to say that certain secrets have been hidden, and that those secrets expose how the system might have been manipulated, it immediately creates more tension. From what's been discussed, Sowore allegedly revealed that certain documents and communications might show a pattern of delay and interference. He reportedly mentioned that there were attempts to influence rulings or slow down certain motions to keep the case from moving forward. Now, I want you to think about that. If that's true, it's not just a small issue. It's a matter of justice and national integrity. Imagine how it must feel for the people on Kanu's side, hearing that there might be forces behind the scenes trying to shape the outcome. It's not just about one man anymore. It's about what that says about the entire legal system. And this is exactly why Nigerians are reacting strongly. Social media is buzzing. Hashtags like Jihad Justice for Kanu, JAR Transparency Now, and Nigeria Deserves Truth are trending again. And guess what? Sowore didn't stop there. He also hinted that he's ready to release more details if the people involved try to deny or cover things up. That statement alone sent shockwaves. It's like saying, "Don't test me, I've got proof." Now, whether he truly has that evidence or not, one thing is sure. The tension around the trial just went up several notches. Now, you and I know that when something like this happens, it's not only about the facts, it's also about perception. Once the public starts believing that the system is not transparent, trust starts to fade. And when trust fades, the court itself becomes a stage for politics instead of justice. Let's pause for a second. If you're still watching, kindly drop your thoughts in the comments section below. What do you think about Sowore's move? Do you think he's trying to expose the truth? Or do you think he's just trying to shake the table for attention? I really want to know what you think. Okay, let's go deeper. From the reactions coming in, some groups are calling for an investigation into Sowore's claims. Civil organizations are demanding that the judiciary issue a formal statement. Because, honestly, if you're being accused of hiding something and you keep quiet, it looks suspicious. On the other hand, some supporters of the government say Sowore might be trying to politicize the situation, using the case to gain attention and push his own activism agenda. But here's the key part that everyone agrees on. The justice system must be clean. Whether it's Nnamdi Kanu, Sowore, or anyone else, every Nigerian deserves a fair and transparent trial. And that's exactly why this story matters. Because if there's even a chance that something improper has been happening, then the people have a right to know. Now, Sowore has always been fearless. We've seen him challenge presidents, ministers, governors, and institutions. He's not new to controversy. So, when he makes a statement like this, it automatically becomes headline news. But this time, it's bigger, because it's about one of the most sensitive cases in Nigeria. You know, Nnamdi Kanu's case has gone beyond a normal courtroom matter. It touches emotions, politics, ethnicity, and national unity. Some see him as a freedom fighter. Others see him as a threat to national security. That's why everything about his case attracts attention, and why Sowore's involvement changes the temperature of the entire discussion. Now, imagine if those alleged leaked secrets actually exist and are made public. That could force a total review of the case or even push for a retrial. It could also make Nigerians question every past judgment that came from the same system. That's how serious it could get, and that's what many legal minds are now worried about. They're saying, if Sowore's claim is real, it could shake confidence in the judiciary. Some even suggest that the chief judge might have to come out openly and explain what's going on to calm the tension. So, the big question remains, will Sowore release proof? Or was this just a warning shot to make the court more careful? Nobody knows yet, but the atmosphere is charged, and you can almost feel the discomfort in the system. Let me say this to you watching right now. Whatever side you're on, this is not just about politics. It's about truth, justice, and how much the people can trust those in power. So while you're listening, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on your notification bell so you don't miss what happens next. Because from the look of things, the next few days could bring more revelations. Now, I want to ask you directly, should Sowore go ahead and drop everything he knows, even if it causes a big shakeup in the system? Or should he handle it quietly behind the scenes? Drop your honest opinion in the comments, because that's where we continue the real discussion. This story is developing, and as more information comes out, I'll bring it right here, clear and simple, so everyone can understand what's going on. Sowore's revelations might just be the start of something bigger, or it could all calm down quietly. Time will tell. So now that Sowore's revelation has entered the spotlight, the big question is how this will shape Nigeria's political climate. Because whether people like it or not, every major court case with a political angle has ripple effects. And in this case, it's not just about one activist versus the system. It's about the people versus the establishment. Think about it. Sowore is not new in this game. He's been arrested, detained, threatened, and still comes back louder every time. So when someone like him stands up for Nnamdi Kanu, a man whose case already divides public opinion, it naturally becomes a spark that lights up the political space. Both men, in their own ways, represent resistance, the voice of those who feel unheard, those who believe the system is unfair or selective in its justice. Now, here's where things get more interesting. Some observers are saying that this alliance, Sowore joining voices with those calling for Kanu's freedom, could push a new kind of unity among Nigerians who have long been divided along ethnic or regional lines. You see, before now, many people viewed Kanu's struggle as a regional or separatist issue. But when someone like Sowore, who's not from that region and who has his own national activist background, joins the call, it sends a message. Maybe the real fight is not between tribes or regions. Maybe it's between the people and a system that has failed to deliver justice equally. And that's where the political tension deepens. The government knows how sensitive this issue is. If handled wrongly, it can spark widespread outcry or even protest. Already, Some youth groups are planning peaceful demonstrations, demanding that the judiciary act transparently. Hashtags like "You're free Kanu now," "Your justice is for all," and "No more delay" are gaining attention again on X, formerly Twitter, and Facebook. Let's be real. Nigeria's youth are becoming more politically awake than ever. They're watching, analyzing, and reacting in real time. Gone are the days when people just accepted official statements without asking questions. So now, as Sowore continues to speak out, and as Kanu's supporters grow louder, the political leaders are forced to pay attention. Even within political circles, there are mixed reactions. Some leaders are quietly saying, "We should just resolve this matter and move on." The longer it drags, the worse it looks for the government. Others are insisting that due process must take its full course. But the truth is, when the people begin to lose trust in due process, even justice done can be questioned. Now let's talk about what this could mean for the 2027 election landscape. Many Nigerians feel that voices like Sowore's are preparing the ground for a new kind of politics. One that's based on truth-telling and accountability. Whether or not you agree with him, his courage has inspired others to speak out. And with the kind of momentum that movements like this are gathering, politicians may soon realize that the citizens are no longer afraid to challenge authority. This is why I always say, don't underestimate the power of truth in a democracy. It might look small at first, but once people begin to see honesty and bravery, it spreads like fire. Sowore has now made himself a target of both admiration and criticism. Some say he's stirring trouble. Others say he's speaking for the voiceless. But either way, the country is watching. And as for Nnamdi Kanu, this new wave of attention might actually shift things in his favor. The renewed pressure could push for quicker judicial decisions or even international attention. Again, you know how it goes. Once the world starts looking at a case, local systems start acting faster. But let's not forget one key thing. At the heart of all this, we're talking about human rights, justice, and fairness. Whether you're a fan of Sowore or not, or whether you agree with Kanu's ideology or not, every Nigerian deserves to be treated fairly under the law. And that's why these conversations matter so much. As we conclude this gist, one thing is clear. The story isn't ending anytime soon. Sowore's revelation has set something in motion, and it has opened a fresh chapter in the conversation about justice and transparency in Nigeria. The judiciary will now have to act carefully because the people are watching closely. Every decision, every statement, every move will now be scrutinized. So, as we move forward, we'll keep watching to see whether this will bring true justice or just another round of drama. But whatever happens, one thing remains true. The call for fairness can never be silenced. Before I go, let me remind you, if you enjoyed this gist and you want more real-time updates like this, please take a second to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on your notification bell so you'll be the first to get new stories as they drop. Also, drop your opinion in the comments. Do you think Sowore's action will help Nnamdi Kanu's case, or do you think it will cause more tension? I'd love to hear your thoughts, because from the look of things, my people, this is just the beginning of something big. And as always, I'll be here to break it down for you clearly, simply, and honestly.